I'm Zinnia. I like to read and write, and this is my last writing vlog of 2025. I'm not sure if it's really a writing vlog. Let's put a pin in that. The content of this is going to be all over the place. So basically, yeah, today is December 31st, and the first clip that you'll see is me standing in the parking garage, or maybe me going down the emergency exit stairs, because for some reason, there was a planned power outage in my complex for today. And it's kind of a fitting way for the year to go out, that there would just be some kind of weird inconvenience. And honestly, I tried not to treat it like an inconvenience. I tried to treat it more like an opportunity to get out of the house a little bit more. Yeah. So I guess let's back up, because I haven't posted very much at all in the past few months. So yeah, you've tuned in to hear about my privileged problems. If you don't like that, sorry, I don't know, you clicked on this video, this is what this is. So I went away with my family to a beach resort for Christmas. We were there for 5 nights, and I was really hoping, naively, that I would get some writing done and that I would have time to work on plans for my channel, work on stuff for promoting my online tutoring business. Did I do any of that? No, very little. I think I have one clip filmed of me writing, and I think I wrote in that session for 40 minutes while everyone was asleep, in nap time. And other than that, I just didn't do much writing because, I was doing real life mom stuff, taking my kids to the beach and taking them to the pool and doing, going to the little arcade with them. Yeah, just doing my best. And I think that's kind of my theme for 2026, or my ultimate goal, is to just kind of do my best and to be there for my kids and to give myself more grace. Give myself more space to not do all of the things all the time, which is hard for me. Yeah. Christmas was nice. We came back to the city. Oh wait, I remember. I do want to throw a clip in here that I filmed at the beach, because we were looking down the beach at these kite surfers or windsurfers. I don't know what the proper term is. But in front of that, there was somebody trying to fly a little kite, and you could see the kite kind of getting some altitude and then crashing back down. And I filmed that, and I was sitting there thinking, that is the perfect visual representation for my motivation, and maybe not so much motivation, but momentum this year, especially in the last quarter of this year, is that I feel like I would get a lot of motivation, I would get a lot of momentum going, and then bam, the wind would just drop out from under me and I would crash and I wouldn't get anything done for a while. When I hurt my shoulder, kids just getting sick, all of these things. And then going on this nice vacation, which I shouldn't complain about, because honestly, I'm sure a lot of people would love to go away to the beach for Christmas, and I'm sitting here whining that I couldn't write my book because I was too busy playing with my kids. This is a terrible thing. But it's kind of the truth of how I was feeling in that moment. I wish that I could be more than one person. I wish I could simultaneously be the person that's there doing stuff with my kids, working, taking care of my family, but then also have a clone of myself who's over here writing my book and working on all of the content that I really want to make. But yeah, I guess that kind of leads into what I really wanted to talk about today, which is kind of of course, like everyone else is doing, 2026 goals, plans, dreams, all of that big stuff. First, I should talk a little bit about what I did this morning that was sort of writing adjacent, and goals adjacent too. So I ran a few errands while the power was out here. The power is still out. I have the fan sitting next to me already in the on position, just waiting for that spark of life to bring me some wind, because I'm already sweating. That's fine. It's fine. So this morning while I was out, I stopped by Vietnamese Kinkos, I guess you could say. It's just like a photocopy place open to the street that just has like 6 photocopy machines and a computer, and they will print things out for you. So I printed some writing paper, like kindergarten style, like lined writing paper, because I'm trying to help my daughter like improve her literacy and write letters that are more uniform in size, which I think is a normal thing to be learning when you're 5 years old. So I went and printed some pages for her. Then I stopped by the, what's it called in English? Eyeglass store, right? Optical shop, something? Optician? I don't know. King Mutt. I stopped by there and I picked up my daughter's new glasses, which are very cute and very purple. And then I went to a coffee shop, a new one that I've never been to before, and I sat and wrote. I think maybe I was there like 40 minutes. I wrote some dialogue. I'm in chapter 11 now, and I'm a little bit stuck. Like, I know what happens in chapter 11, but I'm kind of stuck on how I want to enter the chapter. Right now, I have the main character, like, showing up with boba milk tea to share with her friend. And that's kind of like an entryway into having the conversation that needs to happen. But it feels a little bit forced, almost. Maybe I'm just being hypercritical. I'm not sure. But I worked on that for a while, and then I met my daughters and the nanny for lunch at our favorite Asian Tex-Mex fusion restaurant. I wrote 400 words, which isn't bad. And I mean, I was sitting there a lot, like kind of scratching my chin and like trying to figure out what comes next. So I worked on that, which is good. Like, I'm happy that I did something, and I don't have any, since tonight's New Year's Eve, I don't have any lessons booked. I don't really have anything planned. So hopefully I will have the energy after bedtime and bath time to sit down and write some more. I just need to cook dinner. That's all that's on the agenda, really. Other than that, I'm looking at my laptop here because I did make, of course, I made like a really intense goals sort of chart. And I tried to think about things, okay. I don't think you can see that at all. Basically, I tried to organize my goals into categories and then also have some goals that are fully under my control and other goals that are external goals, or things that I hope that come as a result of these controllable actions that I plan to do. So part of this is just like, I don't want to put so much pressure on myself this coming year. I want to feel like I'm going with the flow more. I want to feel more relaxed. And yeah, like I want to get a lot of things done, but at the same time, I want to feel like I'm taking it easy because I'm turning 39. I'm turning 39 in January. So I kind of want to make this last year of my 30s backpedaling, or like a slowing it down and trying to really savor the time that I have now that my kids are little. And yeah, I just want a different speed of life in my 40s. I feel like my 30s was giving birth to 2 kids, going through toddlerhood with them, moving multiple times internationally, doing a lot of international travel to visit family. Like, just like, I feel like I was always going, and maybe trying to do too much. So the 39th year of my life in 2026, I want to be a little bit slower paced and more focused on using my time wisely each day and not looking so far into the future. So let's see. I have 5 categories of goals, and I'm sure you're only interested in one of them, which is the writing category. But you clicked on this video, so I'm going to treat you to all of them. Congratulations, you're welcome. So my professional goals, I'm going to apply for more jobs because I would like to have a job outside of the home in addition to like my freelancing. So the thing I can control is applying for more jobs. And the external thing that I can't control is finding a job that I actually want. And then the next one, something I can control, is creating and posting more language learning content on YouTube and TikTok. I have a different channel where I do that. And the external result that I can't control is increasing my client base for English lessons. The other thing that I can control is learning more about UX and UI design and social media marketing so that I can boost my online teaching brand, which is kind of an external thing. So that's kind of how I've set up my whole flow here. The next category is health. So these are really simple ones. The 3 things that I can control are not drinking any more diet soda, or very limited, no more Diet Pepsi, no more Diet Dr. Pepper, none of this, even though I really enjoy a little fizzy treat, but I'm cutting it out. Second thing is going to the gym. I can control that for sure. I have to just make time for it and force myself to go even when there are other things that seem more important. My health is going to be more important. It's important to me. And then the third thing is that I want to limit ordering takeout to maybe 2 or maximum 3 times a week. Those are meals. So that's for myself for lunch or for the whole family for dinner. Really, the whole family for dinner should only be once a week. And ordering lunch for myself should be maybe once or twice. So those are things that I can really look at on paper and do them consistently. The things that I can't control as much health-wise, some people might argue with me on this first one, but I want to lose some weight. I wouldn't say that my weight is a big health issue for me right now. I would just like my clothes to fit a little bit more comfortably and to be just putting a little less pressure on my skeleton and my feet. I feel the extra weight that I've put on since I've had kids, and I would like to just be a little bit slimmer. And some people would say it's calories in and calories out. And sorry if this is really triggering for you to hear about weight loss talk. But a lot of people would tell me you just have to control your diet and go to the gym more. I feel like a big part of this is hormonal. And I'm coming up on 39. Is this perimenopause? I don't know. So I'm going to put that in the category of a thing that I cannot fully control. But what I can do is go to the gym and stop drinking diet soda and stop drinking soda, full stop, right? And order less takeout and cook more at home. Those are the things that I'm going to do. Hopefully the external result is that I will lose some weight. And then I also want to get more sleep. I don't have full control of that because even if I go to bed at 10 p.m. and I expect to sleep until 7, that might not happen. I have too many people around here who might wake me up for some reason, whatever, nightmare, I need to go to the bathroom, they feel sick, they're scared, whatever. It's too dark because it's night. These are the reasons people give to wake me up. So I'll try to get more sleep if I can. And then I also want to encourage my kids to eat a more varied diet and try new things. They are pretty good about eating vegetables, and they eat a pretty good variety. I'm lucky that I don't have kids who are mac and cheese or chicken nuggets and that's it. My kids will eat a pretty good variety of food, but I want to increase that for them. So those are the health goals. And then my writing goals, the things that I can control is I want to set some doable short-term goals weekly or monthly instead of this big I want to finish this draft by X date. That doesn't really work for me. I always end up pushing that back. So I want to do some more manageable goals. And I also want to carve out daily writing time, which I think it does fall under my control. I mean, it's not a must do. I think I'm going to set it slightly behind going to the gym. I'm going to prioritize getting my daily exercise because if I'm not healthy, I can't be as effective in other parts of my life. So the big things I want to do that I think I can control is I want to revise Project Nest and I want to query it by the end of the year. That one is like a question mark. Like, am I really going to be ready to query Project Nest? Like, the first draft is finished, but I haven't done any revisions. So I don't know. That might be kind of pie in the sky. We'll see. And then the things that I feel like I can't control fully in terms of writing, but that I hope happen and that are like the dreams, right? Is I want to finish my current first draft that I've been saying I would finish, and I still am on chapter 11. So, like, I have a ways to go, but I'd like to finish that this year if I can. I want to begin another first draft. I have a whole list of ideas. I have projects I want to work on, so that's coming up. I also want to get a lot of beta reader feedback, and I feel like I can send my draft to betas, but I can't guarantee that the feedback they're going to give me is going to be like actionable and substantial. Like, maybe, I don't know. I need to find the right betas, I think, for this book, for Project Nest. And then also, of course, I put get an agent, get a book deal. Like, those are like so external. No one can control that. But I just have to put it on the list, right? Okay. And then you might have zero interest in this, but I have some goals that are related to my kids. That makes me sound like a pushy tiger mom. I'm not like that. Listen to my goals and you'll see that I'm not like that. So for my big girl who's 5, my controllable goals is that I want her to practice sewing and embroidery, which is, I bought us a sewing machine for Christmas. Just a little one, but it's not a toy. It's a real sewing machine. So I'm going to help her to learn how to sew, learn how to make patterns, and learn how to do embroidery. And then also she's going to practice phonics and high frequency words and writing, which is why I went to print out those pages for her. And then I also want to do science experiments and coding games with her. So these match up with the external goals of make clothes and bedding sets. I don't know if I can really force her to do that, but I hope that she will get to a level where she can do that this year. I also want her to be able to read independently. Who knows if that's really possible, but we're going to try for it. And I also want to foster an interest in STEM because her dad has a PhD in computer science. So I want her to also be interested in this topic. But I can't force her to like it. I can just hope that she does by doing science experiments and coding games with her. And for the little girl who's 2, the things that I can control are practicing bicycling and swimming, and also increasing her exposure to puzzles and books, with the hope that she will externally, these are the uncontrollable things, with the hope that she will improve her coordination and balance. She's already pretty athletic for her age, but we can do better. And then I also want to build problem-solving skills and increase her interest in stories. So I feel like those are like the goals for me and the goals for my kids. But like, as a mom of a 5-year-old and 2-year-old, like, there's not much of a line between my personal goals and what I want for them, because they're not an extension of me, but at this point, they're not in control of their daily schedule or their access to materials and things like that. Like, that all falls on me. So I'm doing my best to keep my own personal aspirations in the forefront, but not overshadowing like what my kids need. It's a really difficult balance. And like, yeah. So that's kind of where I am here at the end of 2025. And I mean, I did a lot this year. I made a short that had like my word count for the year. I think I wrote like 125,000 words or something like that. And I wrote 1.5 first drafts this year. I queried 1 book unsuccessfully. And I wrote some poems. I wrote some short stories. Were more like flash fiction, I think. Yeah, I feel like I came a long way. Oh, I also started an authortube channel, and I posted 30 videos. Be in 2026. I didn't make any YouTube goals, or I didn't write any down, but I guess my goal would be to like double my subscriber count to 100, maybe, or like post, more regularly, post at least every 2 weeks, like a full video. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. But if you're subscribed and you're here, thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed and you want more writing content in 2026, go ahead and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below, maybe a calendar emoji, or tell me one of your goals for 2026. Or one of the things you did in 2025 that you're really proud of. Either way, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and Happy New Year! By the way, it really doesn't feel like New Year's Eve in Vietnam because they celebrate Lunar New Year, so it just feels like any other day. I just thought I would tack that on there. Okay, bye!